In his documentary style of edit, Johnny Harris uses this animation to the still images, plus other small but effective details that I'm going to cover in this Davinci Resolve tutorial. First, add one image and make sure it's 1 second long. Then go to Effects and add an adjustment clip above the image and make it the same length. So when we add any keyframes or effect or plugin to this layer, we are going to duplicate it to the other images so they will have the same adjustment. Click on the adjustment clip and in the Inspector tab, increase its size not only to fit the frame but enlarge it even further, so when we are going to animate it we don't get this black bar, and change its position to your liking. Now create a keyframe in the position of the adjustment clip, move to the last frame and create another one. Return to the first one and lower it not so much. And if you see the black bar, scale it just a few or change its position, depending on the dimension of the image, and we will have a simple movement to the top. But we need to smooth it, so go to the last frame and right click and ease in. Open the keyframes tab from here and click on this icon to open this window. We have only one animation, so click on it and push the last keyframe like this so we can get a slow movement at the end of the animation. Close it from here and go to Effects and search for a Gaussian blur and add it to the adjustment clip. And in the Inspector tab, click on Effects and adjust the blur strength between 0.3 to 0.4. Then, like the position, create 2 keyframes, but for the second one, lower it to 0. This way we get a nice blur effect in the beginning, to give the feeling like it came out from a lens. But before we add the other images, we're going to add 2 more things, to get the documentary style of it. First, head to Texture Lab and download this paper texture. Move the adjustment clip to the top and add the paper texture, and make it 1 second long. In the Inspector tab, change the composite mode to either overlay or linear light, and lower the opacity depending on the image itself. And as you can see, you give the image a nice texture to it, and it works perfectly with the blur. Now, the second one. Go to Effects and add a colored border to the adjustment clip, and in Fusion, right here, change the color of the border to black. And in the border width and corner radius, increase it to your liking. And finally increase the soft edge just a little, and you'll get this cinematic border overlay. The final details that we are going to add is the dust overlay that you can download from this YouTube video over here, the link in the description. Again, move the adjustment clip to the top and add the dust overlay and change the composite mode to add or screen, and lower the opacity around 30 to 50%, and you'll get this nice animation with all the small details. Now all we have to do is add all the images that we want and make them the same length, and copy and paste the paper texture above each image by holding on Alt. But keep sure to change the composite mode and change the opacity depending on each image. Then extend the dust overlay to the last frame and again duplicate the adjustment clip above each image. And as you can see, every image will get the same animation and every adjustment and details like the first one. And of course, you can adjust the scale and position of each image separately if you didn't like the first adjustment, but make sure it fits perfectly with each one. But to fill the emptiness in the animation, add a camera taking sound effects each time an image is introduced to the frame. And we're basically done here. Thank you guys for the support and for the 1K subscribers. It means so much to me. I hope you like this tutorial and see you guys for the next one.